How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're using the Iron Valiant team again. If you want to use the team, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Today we're going against Viridoo or Biridoo in the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. There's a link down in the description just for you. Let me know who you think is going to win based on the teams you see on screen right now, and please like and subscribe for more double daily uploads from me. With that being said, let's jump to the game. And the battle begins. So Viridoo over there is going to lead off with Sar, which is the worm, which just fell straight through the floor, as we led off with Ad, the Spidops. All four over there can do a bunch of stuff. They can go for Stealth Rocks, can go for Shed Tail, stuff like that. I'm going to go straight for a Sticky Webs. No, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go for a Circle Throw, expecting the either the Shed Tail or the Stealth Rocks. And hopefully, we can catch something off guard here. So they go for the Stealth Rocks, which is absolutely fine. I don't want to set up spikes as well, so I think Circle Throw is the best play for me to go for here. Hopefully we get them out into something that doesn't set up hazards, and then we can get Sticky Webs up on our side of the field. So they're going to go ahead and get forced out from Circle Throw, and then we'll see what they're going to do from there. They're going to go into the Mabostiff, which is... Oh, look at his smile! I haven't seen it in battle before. I didn't know it smiled like that, so that's pretty cool. So we'll go for a Sticky Web real quick. Just to get some damage off. Well, not just to get damage off, just to get some Sticky Webs off, to be honest with you. So hopefully we can get the Sticky Webs. They are going to go straight for a Crunch, which should take us down to our Sash. It doesn't, though. It does actually not as much as I thought it would. As we're able to get the Sticky Webs up, which is always nice. So that's great. Now I'm going to go for a Silk Trap, just expecting them to go for another Crunch to finish us off. And hopefully we can catch this thing in our web. There we go. Silk Trap comes through. As they go for a Crunch again, maybe? They do go for a Crunch again. Which means... we're going to protect ourselves, and we're going to lower the speed, I believe, thanks to the Silk Trap. So Silk Trap's basically like a protect version of Sticky Web, which is awesome. What we can do now is we can just go into our... go into Gyarados, we're going to Garchomp. I'm thinking Garchomp. Yeah, I think Garchomp's the best play here. So we'll go into Garchomp real quick. Thinking about it, I should have just, like, instead of going for the Sticky Webs that turn, I should have just gone for the counter, because it's pretty obvious they're going to attack us, but... it doesn't matter now. So they go for the Crunch again. That's going to do a lot of damage to us because of Stakeout. The ability Stakeout, that did a lot more damage than I would have liked. So what we can do now is we can set up our Stealth Rocks. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Garchomp's main point on this team is to set up Stealth Rocks. Iron Valiant's looking like it could do some decent work against that team, to be honest with you. They are going to withdraw their Mabostiff. What are they going to go into, though? That's the real question. They go back into Sar, which is the Earthworm. Makes sense after all. So we can get caught in some nice powerful Sticky Webs, which is always nice. As we're able to go for the Stealth Rocks and just get them up in there. We do have the Dragon Tail if we really want to go for Dragon Tail, but I don't think I do. I think they go for Spikes here, which would make sense. Which makes me want to go into my Toedscruel real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go into Toedscruel. I think Toedscruel's a good one. Obviously we've got the type advantage on the Earthworm, but we also have the Rapid Spin, so we can just get rid of the spikes that it sets up. So we'll go into Magic real quick. There we go. Le Magic. As they go for a Shed Tail. Oh dear, that's not good. Shed Tail is obviously a very problematic move. It sets up a substitute and switches out into whatever it wants to go into with a substitute. Now they get a free switch in with their Gyarados, which is going to be quite unfortunate for us. Shed Tail can really screw you over big time. In comes the Sangra, which is of course going to be the Gyarados. Gets a free substitute up, and now we're kind of screwed because this thing's probably going to have Ice Fang. And Ice Fang will obviously do a lot of damage to us. So the only thing that I've really got for this Gyarados is my own Gyarados and the Spidops, which I can just sack off. But we're going to expect a Dragon Dance, that's for sure. So expecting a Dragon Dance, we could go into Garchomp now. No, we need to break the substitute. So I'm going to go straight for an Energy Ball, to be honest with you, expecting the Dragon Dance. So we'll go for the Energy Ball just to break the substitute. There we go. Nice and powerful substitute broken. Absolutely broken. As they go for a Dragon Dance. So we're actually in a very tough spot right now, thanks to this Dragon Dancing Gyarados over here. I'm getting PTSD from the BDSP days. So now that we've got that off, let's go into Gyarados just to get the Intimidate off. I think that's the best thing to do here. And it really depends on what moves this Gyarados has got. If it's got Ice Fang, we might be in the poor. So we'll get the Intimidate off, which is always nice, as they're going to go ahead and Terrestrialize, which is really scary. Are they going to be Terra Blast Ice? Are they going to be Ice type? They're Flying type. Terra Flying. Interesting. So that's... I'm going to assume they've got Terra Blast for the Flying Stab, which makes sense. There we go. There's a Terra Blast. I've not seen the Terra Blast Flying one yet. I'm curious as to see the animation for it. Oh, it's like a little Aero Blast. That's awesome. So, that did a lot of damage to us. That did a lot of damage to us. We do not have much of a switch here, other than to go into Spidops again. And the reason I'm going into Spidops is just to sack it off. We're going to Spidops, sack it off, and then we bring back Gyarados in and get another Intimidate off. And that's basically the way I'm going to have to try and handle this. So, we're going to Spidops real quick. They go for a Terra Blast Flying again, which looks like Aeroblast, Lugia's signature move, which I really love. I really love that. That's really cool. Spidops goes down, unfortunately, but what can you do? They're going to get a Moxie boost. Oh, crap. Okay. This is bad. Really bad. Really bad, in fact. We're going to go into our own Gyarados, and once again, we're going to get off a nice and powerful Intimidate. Stealth Rocks aren't going to dig in because of the heavy duty boost we've got on, which doesn't make sense because Gyarados is like clearly not... it's clearly not doing what you think it will. It's not. It's just not. So anyway, we just go for a Waterfall here. We let them KO us. They're going to get a Moxie boost, which completely irrelevant our Intimidate, which is really unfortunate. I'm just racking my head now. I'm trying to think what can we do here? What can we do here? And the only thing I can think to do is they're obviously getting a Moxie boost now, so they're back to neutral attack. Is we go into our Jolteon and bait an Earthquake. That's all I can think to do. Go into Jolteon, bait an Earthquake, and Terrestrialize. I think that's what we have to do here. So we'll Terrestrialize into a Grass type, and hopefully they don't predict this and go for a Terra Blast, because that'd be awful. That'd be awful. So hopefully they go for an Earthquake here or a Waterfall. That's what I'd ideally like to see, an Earthquake or a Waterfall. Earthquake would be the better one. They go for the Earthquake. We are a Grass type. We should be able to take that now. No problems there, as we're able to go for a Thunderbolt and hopefully take out this Gyarados because we're Choice Specs. We do take out the Gyarados. Great. Absolutely great. So that's perfect. That's just worked out nicely for us. Unfortunately, we lost our own Gyarados, which could have come in handy later on down the line, but I didn't even think to use the Jolteon. I always forget about Terrestrialization. My opponents just used it, and I completely forgot I could do it as well. In comes Fandango, which is, of course, going to be the CLODSIRE. Kind of expected that thing to come in. We're going to get some Sticky Web Shenanigery off, which is always nice, and some Pointed Stones sticking into him as well. So, we're in a bit of a pickle. We've got 4 Pokemon left. I have got Terra Grass, but we're going to go into Toedscruel. We're going to Toedscruel. And the only way I can think we can break through this team is with getting rid of the CLODSIRE and the Glimmora. That's the only way I can get around this. So they're going to go for a Toxic on the switch in, which is absolutely fine. We can handle that. There's no problems there. I'm just thinking what attacking move we should go for, whether we should go for the Earth Power or not, or whether we should go for a Spore here. I'm thinking Spore might be the best option, to be honest with you. So, there we go. Going to get some Toxic into us, which is a real shame. I was hoping they would go for something like Spikes, maybe, but they didn't. We don't need to worry about the Stealth Rocks too much, so I'm not going to go for a Rapid Spin. I'm going to go for the Spore. I'm definitely going to go for the Spore. They go for a Toxic Spikes. Right, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to put this thing to sleep real quick. There we go. Wiggle my Mushroom at it. Put it to sleep. Lovely jubbly, lovely jubbly. And this next turn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Earth Power and hopefully take this thing out. To be honest with you, hopefully. We won't take it out in one shot, but we're going to do a lot of damage to it. Let's just say that. So, Toedscruel, I need you to pull out some power for me. I need you to really pull out some power. So they're going to withdraw their CLODSIRE. Are they going to go into Earthworm? Effigy. Effigy, that's the Glimmora, that's fine. It's going to get caught in some sticky webs. It's going to get caught in some stealth rocks. So we're going to break potential focus sash, which is great, as we're going to go for an earth power now, which should take it out in one shot. There we go. So down it goes. And the reason I'm like trying to sort this out like this is because they've got a Noivern, which will get one shot by Spirit Break from Iron Valiant. They've got the Mabostiff, which of course, if we can get it in after the Intimidate, with close combat should KO it, and then we've got the Earthworm. So we need to get CLODSIRE out of the way. And it's asleep, so we can kind of deal with it. So they're going to go into Seragido, which is of course going to be the Noivern. Get some Stealth Rocks damage on there, that's always nice. Now I'm going to sack off Garchomp. That's what I'm thinking, sack off Garchomp. That's all I can think to do, sack off Garchomp, to be honest with you. All I can think to do, so we'll get Toedscruel out of there. Because here's the thing, Viridoo is a really good battler. We are in the presence of a great battler right now. So I'm kind of like anxious about the battle. But not too anxious, if that makes sense. So I'm a bit anxious. So they go for the Hurricane, they are going to hit it, of course, and that's going to take out Garchomp, no problems there. Garchomp, you did your job. You got up Stealth Rocks. That's all that matters. You got to be Stealth Rocks. So now, I would go into you, but Jolteon outspeed Noivern. I think Jolteon outspeeds Noivern. I'm sure Jolteon outspeeds Noivern. So we'll go into Jolteon real quick. There we go. We're going to get some Stealth Rock damage, which is a real shame. Going to get some Toxic Spikes damage, which is a real shame. What can you do? And we're going to go straight for a Thunderbolt. I'm just going to try and get the KO on the Noivern. I'm pretty sure we outspeed because Jolteon's fast AF. They are going to withdraw. What are they going to go into? CLODSIRE again. Are they going to include CLODSIRE? Fandango. That's definitely the CLODSIRE, right? Yeah, CLODSIRE comes in. It's going to get caught in the sticky web. It's going to get some Stealth Rock damage. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Thunderbolt's not going to do anything, obviously. We are Choice Spec, so we can't switch up moves here. Can't go for the Terra Grass or anything like that. And that thing is asleep as well, and its eyes are actually closed, which is great. I'm glad they fixed that in the update. To be honest with you. So, right. What do we do here? What do we do against this CLODSIRE? I'm going to go back into Toedscruel. That's all I can think to do. Going back into Toedscruel is all I can think to do. Yeah, Toedscruel's the best thing I can do really here. Toedscruel's the best thing I can do really here, because we need to get some damage off on this CLODSIRE. We really need to get some damage off on this CLODSIRE. Somehow. I don't know how. We just have to do it somehow. We just have to do it somehow. So, we're going to get some poison, which is a real shame. I'm going to go for the Earth Power. I know they're going to go into... they're just going to go back into Noivern. They're just going to go back into Noivern. But I want to go for the Earth Power anyway and try and get some damage off. There's always the chance they don't switch, expecting us to switch up moves, expecting the Noivern. Which is... You know, it makes sense. But they do. They stay in and we can go for the Earth Power, which does nothing. No, this CLODSIRE is just going to be the death of me. I just can't beat this CLODSIRE. I've got nothing to beat this CLODSIRE anymore. I've got absolutely nothing to beat this CLODSIRE, because if we can get rid of the CLODSIRE, then we're looking good on the Iron Valiant front. We're gonna go for another Earth Power. I'm just gonna go for it. There we go. They're gonna stay in, of course. There we go. A crit would have been nice. We get a special defense drop, which doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure they're always unaware. As they're now gonna go for a recover. So that's cool. That's cool. I don't know what to do against this CLODSIRE, man. I really don't know what to do against it. It's clearly specially defensive. By the way, it's taking these Earth Powers. Clearly specially defensive. So there is always the chance that Iron Valiant can break through it with a knockoff. I'm going to go for the Earth Power anyway. They are going to withdraw. And they're going to go into Seragido again, the Noivern. I should have really expected that. But Stealth Rocks are digging into that thing, so we're alright. So Earth Power's going to come through. It's not going to do anything to the Noivern. We're unfortunately poisoned. But we do have the leftovers, which is always nice. Toedscruel is not looking good right now. I'm just thinking which Pokemon I don't need, and I'm going to go with Jolteon. Jolteon is the Pokemon that I don't need. And I'm going to bring Iron Valiant in, and I'm just going to try and get the KO on this Noivern. At the end of the day, the Noivern doesn't have heavy-duty boots, and it's switching in and out with the Stealth Rocks and everything like that. So if we can get the KO on it, that'd be absolutely amazing. So they go for the Hurricane. That's going to obviously take out Jolteon. There was always the chance that it would miss as well, so that's one of the reasons I went into Jolteon. It's just in case they missed. But they obviously don't in this instance. Which means now we have to go into Iron Valiant. And with the booster energy, we're going to get 1.5 times speed boost, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. There it is. Quark Drive activated, and we're going to get a speed boost. So we are looking alright here. I can probably just KO this thing with a knockoff, which will also hurt the CLODSIRE on the switch in. So now I'm going to go for a Spirit Break. I'm just going to go for a Spirit Break. They are going to withdraw. They're going to go into CLODSIRE. Fandango, which is, of course, the CLODSIRE. They're going to go into the CLODSIRE. So they're going to get some Sticky Webs. They're going to get some Stealth Rocks. Let's see how much this Spirit Break does. In fact, I wish I was Swords Dance, because Swords Dance would be nice right now. That does a lot of damage. That did a lot. That was a crit. That explains a lot. Going to lower the special attack as well, which is always nice. Not that it really matters. We got the crit though, which is great. So the critical hit might actually help us here. We go for a knockoff just to get some damage off on this CLODSIRE, as we're getting to the point where the 3-minute timer is coming in. So knockoff's going to do a lot of damage to them. As they're able to go for an Earthquake. That's going to go ahead and not take us out, which is great. As we're going to get hit by Poison. Now I'm thinking we go straight for a Spirit Break, just on the off chance they switch out. But we are actually able to break through the CLODSIRE, which is great. Absolutely great. So we're looking good right now. CLODSIRE is looking good right now. Iron Valiant's looking good right now. I mean, obviously Poison's going to take us out after a few turns, but we should be able to handle whatever they bring in now. They're going to go into SAR, which is, of course, the Earthworm, which is going to get caught in the Sticky Webs, which is always nice. And a cheeky bit of Stealth Rocks, which is even better. We're going to go for a close combat, take this thing out. Hopefully we get a... Iron Valiant's going to pull this back from us. It's not though, that's the thing, because of the poison. It's not because of the poison. Those Toxic Spikes really screwed us. They really screwed us with the Toxic Spikes. Truly screwed us. Truly screwed us. So, what do they bring in now? The Mabostiff. We've took out the Earthworm. Now they bring in Benito, which is the Mabostiff. It's going to get the nice and powerful Sticky Webs and Stealth Rocks digging in, as you would expect. And now, I think we live another Poison. I'm pretty sure we live another Poison. So we'll go for a close combat, take this thing out. Like so. It's not Rocky Helmet or anything, is it? That'd be really awkward if it was. That'd be really awkward if it was. Nope, it's not. Which is amazing. Poison's going to set in. We don't live, unfortunately. We don't live. So that's a real shame. Iron Valiant died to the Poison, unfortunately, which means it's down to Magic to swiftly dodge a Hurricane. It's down to Toadscruel to swiftly dodge a Hurricane right now and hit this thing with an Energy Ball and hope it KOs, pretty much. So let's see how that goes. Let's go for the Energy Ball. Can we swiftly dodge? Can we swiftly dodge? They go for a Draco Meteor. That's obviously going to KO Toadscruel, no problems there. And that's going to be the game. So that was a really close game. Iron Valiant managed to pull it back for us and make it even closer. But unfortunately, due to the Toxic Spikes that they managed to set up skillfully earlier, Iron Valiant wasn't able to go through the team. So it was a very close game. Thank you for the battle, Viridu. That was a really fun game. GG and all that. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.